So I thought this would be a little bit of fun toward the end where we sit down and we talk with some of the key people here at E3D. And we're here with Dave Lamb. And, Dave, talk to the folks at home. Tell us who you are, what you do, and what's one of your favorite memories working with Sanj?
What do I do? So, honestly, that's such a very, very good question because I don't really know. So obviously I started, Sanjay and I started this, more than 10 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that. And, right at the very beginning, we had our various roles. Sanjay, looked after a lot of the engineering side of things, as well as, speaking to the people online and gauging ideas and things. I have always tried to stay very much in the background. I'm not really a person that likes to sit in front of cameras and things like that. Sanjay was always fantastic at that, and Josh similarly, really, really great. So, and I tend to I've over the years looked, I look after the financial side of the business, the general running of the company, operational kind of side of things, and then I also look after all of the people side of things. We've had a lot of people through these doors, members of people's families. They've been, we've had some absolutely amazing people come and work with us over the years, and it's the people side of things that is where I kind of thrive, and I try and make sure that everybody's happy and comfortable and just enjoying their time here, and that's kind of what I've always done. I think it comes from being a teacher originally, wanting to make sure that people are learning stuff and that they're enjoying their time. And then in the more recent years, a dad, and I think I have fallen into the role of the parent of this, around here, which, I'm cool with. It's funny, I brush off things like that sometimes, but actually it's kind of nice for people to say those things.
It's a lot of trust.
It is a lot of trust. As a boss, as an employer, as somebody that's running a business, you have an awful lot of responsibility, and it's something that I take incredibly seriously. I try and make sure that everybody's happy and safe and all of the things whilst they're working here. And it's lovely. It's really nice. So that's kind of, a bit like me, I guess. And then interesting stories about Sanjay over the years. I mean, there's many that I probably shouldn't share on. I mean, Sanj has, he was an absolute, mad genius, and that came across when we first met at university. And we bought this printer very, originally, and we would do things like, try to test the live, if you're plugging a 240 volt thing into it, I was always like, well, look, let's get a multimeter. Let's make sure that none of these electronic components are live. And Sanjay would just lick his finger and touch it really quickly.
Yeah, just in case.
Standard kind of, danger mouse that he was. We used to work, many hours late at whether it was his house or his sister's house that he was staying at. He once, he was carrying a printer and a glass and a whole load of other bits and pieces up a stairwell, and he fell over and cracked the glass, which smashed and embedded in his head. And we stapled his head together with, I can't remember what it was we stapled his head together with, and then a few days later we had to cut the staples out, and he he couldn't be bothered to go to hospital to have these things out, so we just used a set of wire cutters to kind of cut that staple out. And then I guess here, like the things about Sanjay, they're always incredibly moving memories. Of having him around, and the people that I've spoken to, over this weekend at Smurf, it's been really, really moving to hear how much he has affected people's lives. I think he was the guy that was there for people who maybe didn't have somewhere to turn to or talk, a person to talk to about these crazy ideas that they had about printing or programming or materials or engineering and stuff like that. And he was really somebody that people looked to, and he was there to bring them out of their shell, and they could realize quite how incredibly amazing they were in their own right, and they maybe didn't hear it from elsewhere, and he was always the person to tell them that.
Look, I had the pleasure of speaking with him for what was booked for an hour, but went for almost 4, so I get it. It just felt like I'd known him for years, and yet it was my first time ever talking to him, and unfortunately, my last as well, and it was only about a month later that you and I had our first conversation, and it was not a good one. It was the phone call to let me know what had happened, and it's good to finally meet you on much much brighter terms.
Exactly.
We should say, where we're celebrating rather than, well, kind of in shock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I know it's 2 years ago, on past Monday, but it's still it's still a very raw thing.
Yeah. There's a little bit of Sanjay in all of us, right?
Yeah. Everyone's got their little intricacies,
Yeah.
and struggles and all of the things, and I think if we can all support one another, and I guess this is the people thing in me coming out, making sure that everybody's happy, everyone just making sure that we all look after one another, because everybody is incredibly fragile. We've all got friends who struggle with things, and just keeping an eye on them, making sure that they're okay, is very, very important.
It's why we say what we say at the end of every single video. Every single video since October of 2020, I've ended the same way. Just stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome.
Couldn't say it any better myself.
Because, yeah, it matters a lot.
Yeah, and like it's been amazing having you here to show you around this place. The building that we've got here, the workshops, the people, products that we're making, the designs that we're coming up with. There's so many bits and pieces and so many designs, broken things around this building that will never see the light of day, which are amazing. And it's really nice when you guys come around and we can show you some certain bits and pieces that the general public will probably never see, but they have been instrumental in the design for products that you see now. Yeah, and it's been lovely having you here. It's been really great.
It's been a huge honor for us to be here, and hell, it's been an honor for me to shave my head to benefit the charity.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, it's awesome. Yeah, for those that don't know, Dave did this.
It's supposed to be a rap logo, but you've moved, and I did this bottom bit. So if you look at it like this, it's kind of a rap logo.
Yeah.
But then we've got Voron in the back, which was amazing.
Voron on the back here, and then
we've got the
Hemera logo
on this side.
Yeah, we've been making sure throughout the video I'm on the side, so we always have the Hemera logo, right? A little bit of subtle product placement at the same time, but
love it.
No, Dave, it has been such an honor and a pleasure to come out here to see how you guys make everything, and to sit down and talk with you a little bit. It's been great, and hopefully we get to see each other again real soon.
Absolutely, I hope so. I'll be less in the background. I'll try and come to the foreground.
And then you were totally incognito day one. I'm like, I know this voice, but I don't know anything else. It's Dave. Oh man.
I came up to you. I was like, hi. How are you? No, it's nice.
Well, seriously, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for
always
coming
welcome.
on.
You're always welcome.
And,
thank you very much.
Yeah. We had a few more people we're going to be talking to, so guys, stay tuned. This might get a little emotional, but it's going to be fun. Thank you again, Dave. Seriously.
No worries. Thank you very much.